This is Deanne Burley live outside of the Daily Center, right by City Hall. What's going on right now is the teachers are lining up. There's a few teachers here. There's some more coming here at 10 o'clock. There's going to be a lot of teachers here representing the issue that's being confronted in the union. What is happening, folks, is that the teachers' union folks are complaining because their pensions are being robbed. Robbed means what they're talking about is they'll take your money and tell you you have a pension that you're supposed to be getting when you retire. And what they're doing is they're futuring it. What is a future? Well, instead of giving you your pension money or paying into your pension account now, what they're doing is they're setting up a basis of, okay, we're going to pay your pension in the future. So if the money is there in the future, folks, hey, you're going to get your pension. But if it doesn't show up, where's the money going to go, folks? And the thing is, if they're not using the money right now that they're collecting from these individuals, what the heck are they using the money for? Because, again, the state is broke. They don't have any money. Here's the city. Here's the Daily Center. We're in the Daily Center by itself. You think of how many courtrooms are in this building. You think of how many courtrooms are through the state of Illinois. Think about you getting a traffic ticket. Ticket could be anywhere from 85, 150, whatever, a ticket per event, per citation. The thing is, as a former deputy, I'm asking you, where the heck is all this court money go? It doesn't go to the employees, does not go to the clerks that work in these courts, because again, this money goes somewhere else, and the thing is, it's not paying for what they claim they're paying the money into. For one instance, you got a situation that all this money, if you do accounting and in and out, or the FIFO accounting, kind of show you what I'm talking about. If you have a huge sum of money coming in to like one courtroom, let's say the one courtroom's making maybe $10,000 an hour, folks, an hour. Now you do it multiple by how many floors are in that building that have courts and how many courtrooms are going on. So you multiply it, do it times and divide and figure out exactly where and how they are utilizing all this money. It's not going to employees because they don't get increases like that. It's not going to the employee union members. They are all union members. They have to pay. So same thing like these teachers. They're protesting the same thing. Where's the money going? They got cigarette tax. They got, lottery money. Billions of dollars coming into lottery. But the city, the state of Illinois is broke, folks. Where is this money going? And there's no accountability. If you ask anybody, nobody knows where it's going. All they do is say that they need more money, or the city or the county or the state is going broke. Now, the thing is, earlier today, I had gotten this report sent to me stating that there's going to be possibly a bankruptcy in the state of Illinois. How is there going to be a bankruptcy, or possibly Chicago going bankrupt, if they have all these millions of dollars coming in? They get cigarette tax money coming in. They got cigarette lawsuit money coming in. They got money coming in from the lottery. They got money coming in for everything. And the thing is, they don't have any accountability to where all this money is going, because if you do a division and multiplication and subtraction and everything else, and you just kind of figure out that there's more money coming in, but it's less services for the people paying the taxes. So this is the reason why people are out here getting ready to protest. And the problem is that all these millionaires are moving out of the state of Illinois because of fear. Because what's going on right now, there's going to be a major collapse. Major collapse. Because economically speaking, they are moving money elsewhere. Now, the reason I'm saying that, I remember and recall back in the day, I was working for a major corporation. And this one particular major corporation held all their sales up. Made it look like they didn't have $1 coming in, but actually, guess what, folks? The money was still coming in under their subdivisions and other divisions. They were still getting money in. The thing is that they tied up the orders to the major corporation so that they could break the unions and get rid of the employees and do what they're doing right now, basically destroying the infrastructure of people having money to live on. Now, capitalization without representation is going on. Now, the growing issue is that are you for it or are you against it? Now, there's a major election coming up with, President candidate ABC running, but is ABC going to be able to actually deal with the issues that we're talking about right now? Now, I did look at and checked out the other alternate candidates of the Green Party, Tea Party, et cetera, but the thing, I don't see one name offering up any solution to the issue that's going on and confronting Americans today. Now, again, I'm on a reconnaissance mission, let's say. I'm down here in Chicago filming this, but I'm very ill. Was in a horrible car accident, which actually I went into these hospitals, which the next report's going to be about, and did not receive any treatment, folks. It was just like another nightmare. You see all these cars on the street, driving? Imagine being in the car and your car has got 26 recalls against it. 26 recalls, folks. Seat belts didn't work. Air suspension systems didn't work. And guess what? Acceleration systems don't work on a Hyundai Azera car, 2006 I had, folks. And you know what? Hyundai basically told me, I talked to the president of Hyundai, and they don't give a rat's ass. Because, again, all they're connecting is your money. Now, they got these used cars, they a lot. They load up all these cars that are under the situation I'm describing with all of these situations with defects, set them in there, and if you don't have the sense of going in and pulling the VIN number off the car and running it prior to purchasing a car, guess what, folks? You got a huge lemon on your hand that can kill you. And the bottom line is nobody's reporting this because, again, it's important whether or not we live or die. Because if you're in a horrible car accident like I was, where I hit a tree and tree snapped in half, and then hit black ice, and then in a situation get a bleed. And by the way, that's kind of like the trees that I hit. You know what? That wasn't even considered a major accident. Now, conspiracy theorists would say something is going on because I was also in the process of suing Bolingbrook because of what's going on in Bolingbrook schools, and that's outside of Chicago. Yes, folks, suburban schools are awful too. The thing is that when I went in the hospital, and the doctor that waited on me in the ER was not a doctor, was not a nurse, was not a doctor's assistant. I'm finding out the man didn't even exist on the payroll of the hospital. So what's going on with that, folks? Random people go in the hospital and treat people with serious deadly injuries like that? So, again, where I'm coming from right now is I'm outside this building, outside that building, watching these people over here protest in a wheelchair. Look, here's my wheelchair right here. Me in wheelchair. Deanne in wheelchair. Woo-wee! And the thing is that the wheelchair situation goes on because, you know what, I'm a whistleblower radio talk show host on the air, letting people see what is really going on, not the lies that, or conspiracies. This is fact. And that we need to do something about it and address it. With civil rights matters, but it doesn't matter because we have no civil rights. We have lawyers. These lawyers are in cahoots in the court system. They're tied into everything, including the, I would say, the insurance industry. They cover up, they work with each other, and the blatant issue is that if we don't do something about it, folks, and get these folks out, I'm talking about impeachment, whatever it takes to remove and get these people out of these offices, we're going to lose everything, including what we deem is important to us, our livelihoods here in the United States. We don't have to just protest. We can just simply get them out by their own means, which is taking the information that they have in the judicial process and suing them and removing them. And the ones in there aren't doing their job that are not removing them, we need to remove them too. Because the whole basis of the Gray Lord case back in the 1960s, 70s was because of people in cahoots basically using their influence peddling to allow people like judges and other people to basically swindle and connive cases, which ended up with people getting locked up in jail or prison and also electrocuted. So this is Deanne talking to you, being sensible, rational, trying to get this word out because you know who's going to be next. Is it going to be you? This is Deanne Burley. This is YouTube. This is Facebook. This is Twitter. It's going on all my social networks because we need to understand what is getting ready to happen here in the United States. It's very bad. Very, very bad. And I am predicting somewhere between July and August there's going to be a complete collapse because they're talking in Illinois, in Chicago area, of bankruptcy. Now, I recall the last bankruptcy I heard of was New York. Remember the Port of Authority? It was the World Trade Center, the first incident in 1993 that rendered that whole city in a chaos situation of bankruptcy. Now, because of that, the situation is questionable why 9/11 really happened. Because as soon as that incident happened, guess what? Everything in New York went solvent. So, bankruptcy in New York, bankruptcy in Chicago, kind of scary, isn't it, folks? Just letting you know, fingerprints, follow the money. This is Deanne. Talk to you later.